Hello, Leo Sun, Capricorn Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. Let's start off with a little bit of astrology first, though. With that Capricorn Rising, the impression you give to other people or how other people see you is someone who is very willing to take charge, especially if it comes to community projects or charity projects or things that help others. You like to be of service to others. You almost can't help yourself. You may think of it as, oh, well, I'm just going to take charge. But the underlying intent there is usually has to do with you want to help. You want to make this a success. You want to make it work. You can also be very practical and grounded in what you do. So you may, if you feel like something's chaotic, if it's not being communicated well, you may somehow insert yourself in there in order to bring organization to the chaos, if that makes sense. Now, with that Capricorn rising, that means your sun is most likely in the eighth house. Not in every case, but most likely in the eighth house, which is the house of things we don't like to talk about, essentially, at least not out in public. The occult, or at least not the typical things, the occult, taxes, other people's money, things like that, that can make people uncomfortable. But with your sun there, and it's Leo and it's fixed, that you may be very confident or feel very comfortable anyway talking about witchcraft or tarot or meditation or Reiki, metaphysical things. Also, the dark side of things. You're not afraid to dig into the shadows, to dive deep, to figure out why things work the way they do, even if the reason is negative. You could also be into things like financial planning or wanting to know how people got from where A to B and figuring all that out. And what was the other thing? Oh, taxes. Yes. Maybe you are a forensic, not a forensic scientist, maybe a scientist, a forensic accountant or something like that, where you're digging into it and you want to know how is everything right? Where did a piece go missing? You're digging in. So there's an investigative aspect to this also. Digging into it, wanting to know, needing to know, just to know, because it leaves an open question. You may not like those open questions just hanging out there. It'd be very hard to let go. All right, let's get into your cards. I'm going to pull 12 cards just labeled 1 through 12. You can choose your starting point. It could be your birthday. It could be August. It could be July. And potentially, if it feels right for you and really feel into it, it could be, if you see this down the road, it could be the month that you see it or the day you see it or the month after that. But it needs to feel right to you. All right. Did I already cut? I'm urged to cut again if I did. All right. Let's get into your cards. Also pull a card from the bottom of the deck to see what other info we get. So we're starting off here. Month 1, 2, and 3. And then month 4. Let's kind of put these like this. Month 5 and month 6. 2 aces in a row. Month 7, month 8, and month 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then on the bottom of the deck, the 7 of Wands. So I'm going to take a moment to look at the overall card setup here, and then we'll get into the reading itself. So give me just a moment. We have Temperance, the Magus. So 2 major arcana cards, 3 court cards, and the 7 of Wands on the bottom. Okay, so what I'm getting generally is you're going to have a lot going on. Or at least there's going to be a lot of people competing for your attention. So it's going to feel like there's always something coming up. Somebody's always needing something. So they may be taking advantage a bit of that Capricorn rising piece of you. So pay attention to that. You're going to have to say no. If there is something that you really want to do, you're going to have to say no. And it is okay to say no, to protect your energy, to stand your ground and focus on the things that you want to do. That's going to be important for you to do this year, is to say no sometimes, probably half the time, and only pick the things that get you excited, that you have been wanting to do. It feels like this may be a few opportunities, or throughout this year, there's going to be a few opportunities when things come up that you really want to focus on, but all these other people want your help, need your help, or they say they need your help. They're going to have to figure it out on their own without you there to guide them, or literally they would say they want your help and then they would just leave you to do it. So this is the year you need to stop doing that. Stop. There's some things that you could do. Maybe there's even some project that you've been wanting to do for a long time for the community or for your church or for wherever, but everybody, you always cede to what everybody else wants to do. It's time to focus on your idea because you have great ideas. Let's do them. Let's leverage that cardinal energy of that Capricorn and the fixed energy of Leo to, one, initiate it, and two, get it done. Pull through, follow through. All right. Let's get into your individual cards. So that was a lot around the Seven of Coins or Wands here. Wands are a fire element. And the seven here is you're assessing all these things that are coming in and deciding which ones you want to pick. You get to choose here. There's also an aspect of the Seven of Wands of defending your territory, holding your ground. This is your space. This is your time. This is your energy. You get to choose what you want to spend it on. No one else. They can argue and jostle and struggle and try to push you around as much as they want, but you're not budging. This is where you're going to need to leverage that Leo Sun energy, which is a fixed energy. So, and say no when you want to say no. All right, month one, we have the Temperance card. This is a major arcana card, and this feels like this is where they want you to be throughout the year, or the goal of the year, kind of in part. This is all about finding balance. It's about you don't want to have extremes. You want to find somewhere to land in the middle where you're getting your needs and wants met as much as you are helping others get their needs and wants met. But not where all the responsibility is being thrown on you to meet the needs of others. That's an imbalance there. What do you need out of this? What are you getting out of this? There needs to be something in it for you. Not just the satisfaction of helping someone else. This needs to benefit your energy, spiritually, monetarily, something you need to be getting out of it in order to find that balance. Because right now it feels like maybe you give in a lot, or you just are coaxed into helping others, which eventually leads to you actually doing it instead of them. It's time to stop that. You need this balance in your life. This is going to lead to you feeling much more fulfilled in the things that you're working on, if you can do this. And I think this being month one, not only is it setting the tone kind of for the rest of the year, or the intent for the rest of the year, this is also the realization within you that this needs to happen. And you're ready now to take these steps. You're ready now to leverage that Leo Sun of yours and pick the things that you're passionate about. And then in month two, we have the Page of Coins. And I like this depiction of the Page of Coins. So Page of Coins are young. They are inexperienced. They also don't even have necessarily the book learning, right? They don't have the knowledge. They don't have any experience, but they're willing to give it a try. They'll give it a shot. And in this case, the page here is trying to get the horse moving by pushing on it sideways. I mean, the horse may move, but generally, yeah, you can push from the side all you want, and if the horse doesn't want to move, it's not going to move. So the inexperience is showing here, and the lack of knowledge on how to get the horse to move is showing here. I think it's quite amusing. Anyway, coins in general, though, are all about, it's an earth element, so it's very stable. It's Capricorn kind of energy. So this may be a new project that you're curious about and you want to learn and you're excited about it, but also kind of laid back. It's a low-key thing maybe that you've been wanting to do, but you don't know anything about it. You just think it's intriguing and you don't have any experience in it, but you'd really like to learn. So you're taking your shot. Is what it feels like this month. You're volunteering for something in a role probably that you've never held before, but why not? They need somebody. You want to learn. This is one of those things you want to do. and you're going to learn while you're doing it. You're going to pick up the skills, but at first it's going to be a little bit, yeah, no, that wasn't the right way to do it. So ask questions if you're in doubt. And definitely embrace the curiosity there in month 2. And then in month 3, we have the 9 of Wands. So this thing is kind of a change for a lot of you. This whole thing of saying no sometimes. There's going to be pushback and things like that, but you need to keep holding your ground. And that's sort of what the 9 of Wands is about. This is somebody you're close to the ending of something, like the habitual yes, 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 yes thing. But you're feeling exhausted now because now you've started saying no and you're getting pushback and it's been a battle a bit. Dang, come on. How many more times do I just have to say no? Just keep going, keep pushing through. Don't give in. You have the energy, you have the stamina. You will reach the end. This is the point. It's just that feeling of, oh my gosh, come on. How much longer? It's almost done. So it's going to take a few months for others to start respecting your no, in other words. And this may be a month where you're really feeling that disrespect a little more, maybe, and the frustration around that. But just keep focused on what it is that you want, on what's serving you out of all of this. Defending your territory. And you will succeed. This will happen. You got this. Keep that willpower in place. So that's month 3. Month 4, we have the 2 of Swords. So this is a month where there is a difficult decision to make. There are 2 options before you. They are both intriguing. They both have your curiosity up. They're equally exciting. They probably have the same drawbacks or maybe slightly different ones, but one doesn't outweigh the other. So this is where you have to decide. Maybe you're saying yes to one thing and no to the other, and you're trying to decide which one because you're, again, equally intrigued by both. You would like to participate in both, but you can't because it feels like this is just something happening within this month and at the same time. So you have to make a choice. If you don't make the choice and by default cede that choice to someone else, you won't be happy regardless of which way it goes. There'll be a sense of dissatisfaction in there, like, well, I wish I would have chose the other one then. Well, you didn't make a choice, so somebody made it for you. So the way that you go about this would be to close your eyes and feel into it. Trust your intuition here. Which one is your body being pulled to? So if you put option 1 here and option B here, do you find yourself leaning toward one or the other? Or pushing away from one? Maybe you just need to sleep on it too. Don't rush yourself in making, except up to the deadline that you need to make it. But in the moment, if you like them both, choose the one that gives you just that has the slight edge on the excitement, on the intrigue, on which one makes you feel better, slightly, even if it's just a minuscule amount more excited about it. That's the one that you should go with. Even though you like both of them, you have to make the choice. And it doesn't need to be a practical decision. There does not need to be logic involved here, contrary to what Swords may tell you. You need to use your other senses when making this decision. And then in month 4, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is an exciting new idea, new opportunity. Something comes forward. Maybe you get some news that is inspiring and your curiosity is raging. So this is a month of asking questions, learning more about it, exploring the topic. Why, who, what, when, where, communicating your interest, getting more information, using YouTube, Wikipedia, Google it, whatever it is, whoever it is, you're going to have a driving curiosity here and you need to learn more. Indulge that, explore it. It may not be something you pursue by the end of that month, but you need to know all the info. You need to gather all the info so you can make an informed decision here. Because at least at the beginning, this is kind of really exciting. Um, Again, the curiosity is just going to be raging here. The need to know is going to be driving you throughout this month, essentially. Yeah, the need to know, the need to know. Month 5 is all about the need to know. To indulge your curiosity, to explore it. Let it go, let it flow. That's month 5. Month 6, we have another Ace of Wands. So while this one, Swords, is going to be around ideas or communication, inspiration for things to do in the future. The Ace of Wands, this is going to be, wands are fire, so it's going to be physical, it's going to be passionate, it's going to be creative. So now, this month, it's all about something that is a creative project, or maybe a new exercise routine, or potential exercise option, or health thing, or no, that's it, right? Running, I keep seeing running in here, so I don't know if you do running or not, or maybe you're starting to take it up, but you're going to be pursuing that passion here. So this is that initial excitement for that. If it's a new hobby, it's going to be all about learning what materials you need, maybe even taking some classes. Maybe you just happen to be going to a craft store and they happen to have the class schedule up and it catches your eye, and maybe they have some samples going on or things that they show for it. I'm thinking like in the United States here, at least the areas I've been in, Joann's, sometimes we'll have this where they show the little projects that you'll be working on for that class, and you're intrigued and you want to learn. Maybe it's crochet. Whatever it is for you, you're excited about it and you want to dive in, all in, excited, checking it out, doing it. When are the classes? How much are the classes? What are the materials? What's the time commitment? But it's got you going. If it is a running, maybe there is a running club or something like that. Maybe it even has to do with golf that you want to take up, or that you're curious about. Maybe you went on a golfing event through work or something like that. Now you really want to learn a lot more about golf. You want to do more of it. Maybe you're going to some driving ranges and things like that and learning about your swing and how to improve it, how to swing the club even. This could also be injecting something new into your relationship if you're in one. Um, Something you want to try with your partner, something that to spice things up in your relationship. It doesn't feel, this may not be something that's long term, but it's definitely something you want to do. If we go back to the overall message for the year and that first card in the first month, this is something that maybe you would not have taken the time to dive into it because you would have been giving your time, your energy to somebody else's problem, to somebody else's event, to somebody else's things. But you're like, nope, this month is all about me checking this out, because how do I know? I might want to do this. This might be my thing. I don't know unless I try it. So there's this sense of impulsivity here, which may be contrary actually to you. But go with that flow. Learn. This is going to, it's another aspect of leveraging your energy or working with your energy, a new way of working with your energy, which is rejuvenating. While you're expending energy, you're also building energy. If that makes sense. And that might be what the ultimate lesson here is for you here in month 6. Is sometimes, yes, you can be expending your energy, your time on something, but it returns energy to you, a peacefulness, a grounding, whatever it is. It feels good. It feels enervating for you. All right. Down here in month 7, we have the Magus. This is the first card in the major arcana. This is manifestation. This is recognizing that you have everything you need to create the life that you want, to achieve a goal that you have. Everything's there. It's just waiting for you to apply your energy, to give it attention. Once you decide what it is you want, it's going to turn around much quicker than you expect. And this may in part have to do with the contacts and the favors that you've built up, people owing you favors and things like that over the years. Having those in your back pocket are one of the things that you can leverage to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So don't avoid using those. Don't feel bad for calling in the favor. And this isn't a case where, well, if I do you this favor, then you owe me this. No, 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 no. You've already done them a favor. They owe you. You do not owe them. Remember that. They owe you. You do not owe them. This is to bring things back into balance. That's when you call in the favor. When you have something that if you had the help of this person or the knowledge of that person, if you had their input, that can help you accomplish something, anything you want, really. So this is recognizing the power you have built up over the years through the things that you have done. And now that you're taking charge and you're doing the things that you want to do, you are choosing who gets your energy and your attention. That puts you in the driver's seat. And if there's some project you want to work on, maybe you have decided that you want your house painted and you want it done in a short time. And since you've helped 20 people with painting their homes, you're going to call in 3 of them to help you get yours done and knock it out in a weekend instead of spending 3 months on it yourself. You're getting things done. You're making stuff happen. This is recognition here, especially in this month, because this is a major arcana card, that you have that. You have that type of abundance in your life. And you can leverage it. So this is acknowledging that this is one of your, this is a tool in your toolbox. And then also once you fully understand that, there's this thing, there's like, oh, well, oh yeah, I could call in, I could get that done if I used that person. If I could get them to do that, then that would be done. Now you're starting to have them repay. It doesn't come from a negative point, right? Because you've been very generous with your time in the past. And you're still generous with your time. You're just selective now. And that's benefiting you. In month 7, we have the Queen of Wands. So queens are leaders. They're just a slightly softer one. It's feminine energy. And we're still in the wands. You have a few wands here, that fire energy. Trying to feel if this is you or someone else. This feels like a friend or an advisor who becomes a friend or a friend who isn't. Okay. Sometimes my guides are funny. Queen of Flowers. I don't know if you have a friend who has a garden or something like that. Maybe that's what you want to take up back here as part of one of the things you were looking at here back in month 6. But you're going to be seeking them out for advice. You're going to be wanting to know information from them. And so wands are very active energy. They're boisterous. It is vitality. It is boldness. They will not hesitate to give you your opinion if you ask. So make sure you're ready to hear it. There's no malice intended here. They just think that the best way to help is to tell you exactly what you need to know. They're very direct in how they communicate. They are also going to be your biggest cheerleader standing on the sidelines. They're going to be the loudest one in the bunch, cheering you on, no holds barred. So very much the cheerleader in your life, and definitely they're the leap in if you need something. Very supportive. So fire with fire elements. So it could be Leo, it could be Aries, or it could be Sagittarius. But they're in your corner, cheering you on, supporting you, maybe even helping you if you're getting into gardening, as if they're in gardening and you're getting into it, they're going to be there helping you analyze your soil, telling you exactly what you need to add in order to make certain things grow. Maybe helping you build planters, doing something. They will physically help you too. They'll be very blunt with their opinions and their ideas if you ask for them, but they're also going to be there to help you. They can be very competitive too, which is why they would really be the loudest ones in the crowd trying to cheer you on. Especially if they know that it might help discombobulate the other side. But this is somebody you meet or somebody in your life who's on your side and very actively involved with them here in this month. In month 9, we have the Page of Swords. So another page, that young energy, curious, inexperienced, a little naive, toddlerish energy. This feels like somebody else in your life too. It does feel masculine as far as the energy goes. But this is somebody, they're going to be asking a lot of questions. Why? They're going to try things. They're going to make mistakes. They're probably going to irritate you. Because they may ask the same question over and over until they fully understand it. So I don't know if you can find different ways to answer it each time. Try not to use the same answer. You want to try to encourage them to engage their brain and not just come to you for answers. So you want to encourage them to actually learn and do, and not just keep asking where the remote is. Well, where do you typically find it in the past? Might be your question. And then, did you look there? Well, go look there now. Then if you get into something in an argument over the remote in month 9 with a younger person, please let me know. But it's along those lines. They're going to be curious. They're going to be asking questions, but they may, because it's young energy, right? They may not always listen the first time either. So you're going to need to repeat it, but I would say find different words or ways to explain the same thing. Because if you repeat the same thing, they're just going to go, well, you just said that. You already said that before and that didn't work. Well, it would have if they'd actually done it, right? Try not to use the I told you so either. Just find a different way to put it or ask them questions in return that can help engage them and make them think about it. So instead of responding with an answer, respond with a question that forces them to think about it and come back with an answer. And not a close-ended yes or no question, something that engages, is more engaging and provides or forces them to provide a more thoughtful answer. Okay, and then in month 10, we have the 6 of Coins. So this is reciprocity. This is giving and receiving. So this could be something along the lines of charity, or it could be an agreement with someone to exchange services. So this could be a side gig or a side job. This could be, well, I'll help you with this if you help me. I'll help you paint your house if you help me paint mine. I'll help you move in this month if you help me move next month. Can I borrow your truck? Yes, in exchange for. So there needs to be give and take on both sides. Yes, it is very easy to just say, yeah, you can borrow the truck, but you have to fill it up, the caveat, so that you get a truck returned with a full tank. Even if you give it to them with a quarter tank and gas in it, they need to return it with a full tank. That is the cost of using your truck. So something that benefits both sides. Yeah. And it just has to be satisfactory to both sides, whatever that is. That doesn't mean it needs to be exactly equal. So if you loan somebody $100 because or not loan it, if you give somebody $100, maybe in exchange they come and vacuum your floors. So it's not a big thing, but they're doing something for you in return for what you're giving them. Maybe you hate vacuuming the floors. I personally hate the sound of a vacuum cleaner. I deal with it, but I hate it. So I would probably say, okay, fine. If you can come and vacuum my whole house for me while I'm out, this would make me happy in exchange for. So that kind of thing, reciprocity, give and take here in month 10. In month 11, we have the 8 of coins. So this is indicating mastery. You're becoming the master of the craft. You're becoming known for your expertise in a particular area. This is usually around work. It feels like it could be around the home too. But your reputation is getting out there. People are starting to seek you out for help in this area, for answers in this area. Maybe you're being asked to give a presentation around your work in a certain thing. But there's definitely recognition. There's definitely an aspect of this of a potential promotion or raise or some sort of recognition that levels you up in some way that's going to benefit you certainly down the road. But this is the month where that's really coming to the forefront, where it is being, I want to say advertised, but that's not the word I want. Things like announce, okay, recognition is just what we'll go with it for that. But be proud of your work. You do take it seriously, and it's just who you are. You provide excellence in whatever you do. So don't try to minimize what it is you know, what it is that you can contribute along the way here, because it is very valuable. And then in month 12, we have the 4 of Swords. So if in month 12 you find yourself getting stuck into analysis paralysis, or you have a bunch of decisions to make, but you're not sure which way to go, try not to focus on it too much. I know it seems contrary. Try to put it in, say, okay, I need to figure out, and you can verbalize this out loud to the universe, to whoever you want to, and say, I need to figure this out. I'm going to put this into my brain. Brain, I would like you to work on this while I go focus on something else. Well, let your brain do the work in the background while you're taking a walk, while you're taking a nap, while you're just relaxing. Maybe you're watching a movie. And then somewhere along the way there, boom, here's the answer. So you're not stressing yourself out about it. You're not getting yourself all worried that you're not going to be able to figure it out. You're just taking a deep breath, letting it go, saying the answer will come, and focus on something else. Do something fun, something enjoyable, something that takes your mind off the problem. Stop thinking about the problem and let the answer come. However, you can do that, again, working on puzzles, literally taking a nap. But stop focusing on the problem and you'll find the solution. Okay, that is what I have for you, Leo Sun, Capricorn Rising, for your year ahead. Please hit like, please share, and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.